The woman once dubbed Australia's worst female serial killer, Kathleen Folbig, has been pardoned and released from prison 2 decades after she was found guilty of killing her 4 children. Ms Folbig was released after the preliminary findings of an inquiry cast reasonable doubt over her convictions.
After serving 20 years behind bars, Kathleen Folbig has walked free. The New South Wales Attorney-General granted the 55-year-old an unconditional pardon after receiving the preliminary findings of an inquiry led by retired Chief Justice Tom Bathurst KC.
Considering Mr Bathurst's conclusion that he is firmly of the view that there is reasonable doubt as to Ms Folbig's guilt, I consider that his reasons establish exceptional circumstances of the kind that weigh heavily in favour of the grant of a free pardon, and that in the interest of justice, Ms Folbig should be released from custody as soon as possible.
Ms Folbig was released from Grafton's Clarence Correctional Facility on Monday. In 2003, she was found guilty of the murders of her 3 young children, Patrick, Sarah and Laura, and the manslaughter of her 4th child, Caleb. A landmark inquiry launched in 2021 heard reasonable evidence 3 of Ms Folbig's children may have died of natural causes. Ms Folbig and her 2 daughters were found to have a rare genetic variation which could cause irregular heart rhythms. The inquiry also heard her son Patrick may have died from epilepsy.
What's important about this process is that there's not politicians deciding guilt or innocence. It's making sure there's an arm's length process with eminent jurists, hearing all the evidence, hearing fresh scientific evidence, giving scientists the chance to have their say and ultimately arriving at this decision.
Ms Folbig's release follows a long campaign for justice by her supporters. They say she must be significantly compensated in light of the findings.
We're very delighted, we're very excited. The Attorney-General's office has acted remarkably swiftly and thoughtfully and carefully.
Ms Folbig will live with her chief supporter and childhood friend Tracy Chapman while she adjusts to her new life.
Today is really important that we all take a long, hard look back at this justice system, how Kathleen has been treated, the role of the media. In no uncertain terms, this is our second Lindy Chamberlain case here in Australia.
Her case must be referred to the Court of Criminal Appeal for the convictions to be quashed. Julia Bradley, Sky News, Sydney.